So, good morning. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. I could make plenty of excuses why I haven't uploaded in a while, but there's just no point in doing it like that. I've been pretty busy. Been working on my house a lot. Had to paint pretty much the entire thing, like the window here, but that's just one of the things. I had to be out on my roof, paint around that, everything with a brush, so it takes a long time. Literal week of painting because we have to paint inside. There's some stuff I still need to do today, but it'll all be done after today. Uh, I've had a lot of time. It's kind of meditation, to think about all the work that I'm doing and all the gripes that come to mind where it's like, why do I have to do this? This is ridiculous and things like that. But it comes to a point where complaining and making gripes about everything that bothers you just isn't really worth it. There's times, even during those moments or moments during those times rather, that are enjoyable. Like it was pretty therapeutic to slap on some headphones, stand on my roof, and paint my windows and just look at all the trees from the top of the tree level, look at the sun, look at the blue sky, and that satisfaction that is felt after it's all done, that rush of, yeah, I did this. Life is pretty rough. It can be, and not everybody is as fortunate as others. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. Not everybody's going to have the same circumstances. Not everybody is going to have the same tolerance. Not everybody's going to have the same thickness of skin or the same maturity. And that's just what it is. There's nothing that can be done about that. What we can do, that phrase, make lemonade out of lemons, yeah, it's pretty cliche and pretty corny sounding, but if you take the essence, the meaning of that, and actually apply it, you'll find most of the time that it makes it more bearable. 'Cause right now, I'm in limbo. I have obligations that I have to fulfill contractually on my end to make the sale of my house happen. And if I fall through on that, then it's on me. I can gripe and rage against the world as much as I might want to, but that's not going to change the black and white letters. It's not going to change the paperwork. That's not going to change what should have been done, what needs to be done. It isn't going to change anything. It just makes it harder because that state of mind that I would be in if I were to do that would interfere with any potential progress or solutions that I could come up with. So when something bullcrap happens, and it does, crap happens, shit happens, don't immediately just fight it. Just put your shield up, put your walls up, and stand on that, palisade, ready to fight, because oftentimes you can compromise. Oftentimes you can work something out. You can find a middle ground. You can do something. You can come up with a solution, but you need to be clear-headed to do so. You need to at least be calm so you can hear all your options, so you can see them, so you can process them. There's a lot of moving parts in my family right now. A lot of moving parts. And if we're all frayed at the ends of our wits, then we won't be able to use our wits very effectively, would we? My mother and I guess father-in-law, I could say at this point, they're going through a lot. They're going through a lot more than I am because they have more things they need to get done. Things I have are relatively simple after I've already dealt with the big things. You know, there are moments where it's go fast, go. Put coal in the fire, get that engine going. But there are also moments to where you just coast. Right now, I'm in one of those. It's time to coast a little bit until I need to put more fuel in that furnace to burn that fire. If you keep putting, you keep shoveling that in, you're gonna burn yourself out. I've had a lot of time to think about this, to process this. Since leaving my last place of employment, I've been responsible to find work for myself, to rely on people, just average people. And it's changed my view of how the world works even already, because there are ways around the norm. There are ways to do things. You don't need to have a catch-all be-all. You don't need that stability, so to speak. You need to be stable, of course, but you don't need to have a guaranteed check. You don't need to have a big old wad of cash to make things work, because even bills, utility companies, things like that, like, they will work with you. You can set up payment plans. They're not evil. They're companies, like, companies are for profit, and that's just the way it is. But the companies are made up of people. We tend to, I do this too. I have to take a bit of humble pie with that, where we see it as more of an entity rather than people. And sure, there are a few unfortunate individuals that are on the surface of their skin, pretty, what's the word that's more graceful? Selfish, uncaring. But if you look at their life, there might be a reason that doesn't justify it, but it helps to understand why they're the way they are. There's a lot of work that goes into maintaining that stuff, and it's very stressful. That's why I'm out. That's why I'm not doing that again. I'm done. Like, that doesn't need to be your life. You don't need to always be stressed and always be worried. And when you take control of your life, you get to decide what to do. Everything. You have to be prepared for that. You have to really be mentally prepared to make hard decisions yourself. That small paycheck that you get isn't necessarily fair, right? But if you look at the entire picture, as much of it as you can, that paycheck gets you security with a stable job, to where your employer has to make those decisions for you, to where your employer is responsible for you. And you're going to get the bare minimum that's required by law. So it's not fair, no. But it's kind of fair, because honestly, if you were to be responsible for your immediate neighbors, would you be able to afford or have the desire to give them the best care? Because that's expensive. No, you're going to give them enough to come back to work. And it makes sense from a company standpoint. Think about that the next time you're, wanting to fight it. And being outside of it as long as I've been, even the short time, it's like I've had a lot of time to reflect. Sometimes I think it was immature. Sometimes I think I was jumping the gun. I was putting fuel in that furnace, But having an outside perspective has granted me understanding of what I had. You don't know what you got till it's gone. That, like I don't have the amount of money coming in at all as I was. And things are going to be tough, but they're decisions that I have to deal with myself as a family, like they're responsibilities. We have to face them. And to quote one of the first videos I made, right now, the best thing to do is to muddle through. I'm coasting right now. We're getting close. Less than a month, I'll be gone. I'll be out of this state. It's already cold here. As you can see, I'm wearing a jacket. We have a snow chance today already. All the more reason to go. If you don't want to be in the cold anymore, man, this is not the state for you. But if you enjoy winter, like the brutal winter and the snow and the crazy drivers, come to Minnesota. You can afford it. This is your place. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I wish y'all a good morning. And please, before you explode, before you freak out, before you decide to get angry at something, and it is a decision to be upset. It is completely an internal choice. Think about it first. Calm down, view your options, and then decide what's appropriate. Because honestly, I've discovered that being angry and wanting to fight about it just is not worth it. It's just not. It takes longer. It's so stressful. And it usually comes out to the same result in the end anyway. You could have just worked something out. Because people aren't bad. I think people are actually wanting to be pretty decent. Like, we all want to be better. And that's a good thing. Be better. Or at least try. But yeah. Just till next time. I'll catch up with you and enjoy your day. See ya.